harmful microbes. Okay, so even as a fungal, like even as a plant or intermediate plant form, like how I said, plant has some toxicity, like bark and root, every part of the plant has toxicity. Like that, this is not completely fungi also. It is like intermediate stage. So it will have some complex structures which will not be broken down easily unless and until you cook it. So after cooking also, there will be still some toxicity which can be broken down by fermentation. So that process, like either like how we are soaking the grain and sprouting and then cooking, like that for mushroom also, they ferment it and then cook, or cook and ferment. There are some procedures they follow. Only cooking will definitely help rather than eating raw. Some people eat raw mushrooms, but at least cooking mushrooms will break down the complexities. Then after cooking, if they ferment, it will be much better.
So raw mushroom you don't recommend?
No. Some people are selling dried mushroom. They are sun drying and selling that mushroom powder and all.
What about sun-dried mushrooms you recommend?
Sun-dried is partially it is getting cooked, but if you ferment and sun-dried, that's how northeastern countries, they will ferment it and then sun-dry it. Basically sun-dry and sun-roast, basically sun cooking. That's how it gets neutralized.
Okay, I have a question since we are talking about now this mushroom. So mushroom is categorized as tamasic in the foods. So why there are foods that got categorized into tamasic? Because ideally it was created by nature, right? So one thing about mushrooms, what I read is in Jainism, they don't eat this because it is a fungi category, and they don't prefer eating that since it involves a lot of microbes in it and all that. They don't like to eat that. So why these garlic, all these are tamasic in nature?
So see, we need sattva, rajo, tamo, guna. Three we need. Suppose if we don't have tamasic nature, we can't rest. We have to take rest, or if we have to sleep, we need tamasic guna. So sattva guna is like if you want very high like thought process, or subtle instincts and intuitions, that will come with sattva guna. So raja guna is activity, whatever activity you want to do. If you don't have that raja guna, you can't do activity. So basically three, we need to have balance. So there are people who are completely into sattvic state because they don't rest, they don't even sleep. So completely they are into that very high state where they don't do any work or they don't rest and they will be only meditating. So we are not like that. So we need a balance of sattva, rajo, tamo guna. So basically in foods, foods are categorized into these sattva, rajo, tamo guna based on the property. Like suppose curd, if you eat more, you will get drowsy. So any tamasic foods make you basically drowse. Like if you eat more, in moderation, nothing will happen. But if you eat more, it will make you drowsy, lazy, or lethargy. So that's the reason there are like in Ayurveda, we have properties of every food. It's what you call virya, vipaka, guna. Then like that, according to that properties, there are some foods which are tamasic in nature.
Also,
so by nature, we are meant to eat fruits. Fruits are sattva. All the fruits are sattva guna. So these all categorization has come when we have chosen different foods. We are meant to eat those fruits in nature, but we have been eating other food also. So this categorization has come, but it can be medicinal. Like if you see garlic, onion, it has very good medicinal property. So in moderation, nothing will happen. But when you are having more, it can cause like dullness in the brain, like that.
So Ayurveda categorizes people into 7 types according to this sattva rajas, and prescribes various kinds of therapy. For example, those who are having more tamasic, they will recommend this fermented and alcoholic medicines. While for Sattvic, they will recommend like music therapy, which is not having any even substance, only by sound therapy. So like that, they are recommending.
Yeah, because already people who are in sattvic state, they can get connected with those subtle vibrations. The healing will happen very subtly. You need not have any food, like you need not have medicine in the form of a food or anything. Only with vibration you can get corrected.
Yes.
Okay, so if they say that it will have negative prana, right? But these got classified because of the properties in it. But why are they saying garlic and all hing and is all this has negative prana foods?
Yeah, that is a property of that food. According to
Creates a dullness. Because of that, they are categorizing like that. But okay, now I got like sadhus and all that who don't need sleep or anything, they can be on this.
Yes.
Sattvic
Especially
foods.
people who are meditators, people who are
Meditators.
following meditation practice, they don't have any activity, they don't have like rest means even in rest they are conscious.
Okay.
They are meditating. So
Yes.
for them, if you are having that food, it will cause dullness and it will like they can't go into that higher they can't be
That's right.
consistent in that state. For that reason, they will ask them to avoid.
Okay, so
Nothing wrong. Like even if you are having, like suppose as a medicine, if you want, like my Guruji, like he says that is a different dimension. Even if you are having in food, you have to be stable in mind. So with the modern food habits, we get some minerals with onion, garlic, and few things. So nothing wrong if you're taking as a medicine.
okay, for a regular
Moderation.
in regular lifestyle, once if you have in balance, that's more than enough. Rather than telling this is a negative, you should avoid. All right, I got the point. Thank you.
Recently, I read somewhere there's this heartfulness, right? In that there was a video. So in that, the way they have compared it is very nice. It was totally a different viewpoint. So what they say is tamasic food are the foods. I mean, if you're eating more of that, it will keep that person thinking about the past. Rajas will, if past in a sense about the depression, all the energy is related to that. Whereas Rajas will keep you anxious, thinking about the future always. A person is very anxious and he wants to just keep thinking, right? Keep doing. Whereas Sattvic will keep you in the present at this minute. So that was one. Second was, even if you eat Sattvic food, but I mean, today I've eaten Sattvic food, tomorrow I have not passed motion, right? So that automatically it's in my body, even though it was Sattvic yesterday, today it has become Tamasic.
Tamasic.
So whatever I eat will be tamasic then, be it sattvic or whatever. So provided I have passed it out that day, the next day, by the time you eat the next food, then it remains sattvic. It gives you all those energy to remain in the future, not in the future, in the present. And yeah. So yeah, first time, when I read that, it made more sense actually about the foods. When they say, no, don't eat this, don't eat that and all. But then this made a lot of sense.
Yeah, we'll take break.
But in our here in North India, we use so much of garlic and ginger and onion in cooking, while cooking. So that is not good.
See, actually, how much you use? Maybe 3-4 pods of garlic, maybe one pod of 1 inch of ginger. That is not more.
Yeah.
Normally, in non-vegetarian food, they add a lot of ginger garlic, or else you can't make it tasty. That will be excess.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take break and then we will start with Shweta's demo.